Hey guys, so I am using this video to kind of vent my feelings about a lot of things. Um, so I really struggle. I'm not gonna say struggle. I am experiencing um, symptoms of awakening from codependency. So as far back as high school, I have always dated someone, and I don't know why. I don't know why I've done it. Um, I know that life and experiences through life shape you, but I really don't know why. I've always felt the need to 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 need someone. So um, that's what this video is about. It's really about me opening up about it and trying to heal from something that I really didn't know I was going through most of the time. So, yeah, let's get started, I guess. Okay, so now that you know what codependency is, I'm gonna put some symptoms uh, and behaviors right here. So this is what a typical codependent person acts like or behaves like. Um, I probably experienced all these. So I don't, I really don't know. It's kind of hard. It's easy for me to think about this and talk about this like in my head, but when I'm speaking to another person about it, or I'm obviously talking to a camera, it's a lot different. Um, I wrote some notes just because I really wanted to outline everything that I feel that I've gone through, um, as an attempt to heal from this. I'm really tired of repeating cycles. I'm completely over needing anyone in my life other than myself. Um, I'm just kind of I'm outgrowing where I am, and I'm ready to move on because I've stayed in this place way too long. And um, I know a lot of people that aren't ready to grow normally play the blame game, where they point fingers and they um, they just don't look at themselves, and they don't reflect on their own actions and their own decisions that have led up to now. And I'm at that point. In the past, I was playing the blame game. I blamed my parents. I blamed family. I blamed the fact that I didn't have the certain type of friends. I blamed everyone except for myself, and that phase is over with. Um, while I may not agree with decisions that friends and family members make, it has absolutely no effect on my life. You choose the energy and you choose the people that you coexist with, and um, you learn. And I just basically I got out of a relationship, a really bad relationship, and I started noticing that all my relationships have gotten progressively worse since the very first time I felt like I was actually in love. Um, when I was 19, I experienced what I still feel like was the most genuine love that I'm going to feel or experience ever. Um, I don't know if y'all know what twin flames are, but I feel like he is. And sometimes you don't get to go through life with your twin flame. I realize that. And maybe this lifetime isn't for me and him, but I feel like I was granted the opportunity to meet my twin flame because it doesn't happen always. And we're friends, and I still love him dearly, but you have to know yourself and know where you're going well enough, and know where they're going well enough to know that everything has a time and a place, and sometimes that time and place isn't in this lifetime. You know, Erica Badu said it best. So I just noticed after that relationship ended, actually when that relationship ended, I felt literally like my heart was ripping out. It was a really intense pain, and what I did was I numbed it by entering into another relationship right away, like 3 months after, crying and just boo-hooing. I met a guy that I did not even like. I did not like him initially. I really never really truly was attracted to him. But that lasted for 3 years, and him and I both were codependent on each other. You could just tell neither of us were really into one another, but we stayed, even though we really didn't like each other. And that was pretty severe. That's pretty severe. And from there, I jumped. It's just literally jumping, like relationship jumping. I went from that to thinking I was on my own and moving around, and I just jumped right into what was probably the worst relationship ever. It took a toll on my body. It took a toll on my mind, my heart, my spirit, everything. It allowed me to do a lot of growing. I'm grateful for every single experience that I've had, but it broke me down. And I'm thankful. I am thankful that it happened, because you need contrast sometimes in your life. You need contrast all the time, as a matter of fact. In order to appreciate the good, you have to experience the bad. I get that, and vice versa. But it kind of started taking the veil from over my eyes and allowing me to see who I am. And it kind of put me in a depression. I was in a really low state throughout the end of that relationship and out when I left, when I decided to move away from that person and everything that was going on in that place around that time. And I noticed immediately once I moved that I started to blossom in so many ways. And I noticed my son's behavior changed. My life just started opening up. And I'm not crying because I'm sad that it happened. I'm thankful. I'm crying because I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I had enough courage to leave a situation that felt good to a codependent person. When you are dependent on another person to fill voids that you've never healed before, You get comfortable in that negative space. You get really comfortable. And it doesn't matter how they treat you. You just want to feel that person around you. And if you don't have a clear definition of self-love and self-worth and self-value, those lines get blurred and you don't really hold people accountable for what they do. But I left and I started becoming a person that I didn't even know. I'd never seen this angel before. And doors started opening without me even knocking on them. And they're still opening today. And I know I'm hard-headed, and I know I like the hard route. I don't like the easy route. I like to know. I like to learn by experience. I like to learn the hard way. But it's because I know if I learn the hard way that I'm going to remember and I'm not going to do it again. And sometimes people don't realize that they're dependent on other people to fill their voids. I just want you to really think about your situations, which is what prompted me to share this video with y'all. I'm really not an outgoing person as far as my feelings, my personal feelings, but I really wanted to feel vulnerable, and I wanted to feel like I'm opening up in order to heal some areas that I've never taken time and reflected on. And I just know that no matter who you are, you deserve the best. You really do. I believe that. I believe that nobody's past should define what they get in the future or how they should look at themselves. The past is the past. And you are perfectly capable of creating and molding your own future, no matter your situation, especially when you don't know how it's going to happen. You have to have faith in whatever you believe in. You just have to have faith that everything is going to work out. Because how can I teach my son that he's brilliant and that he should always believe in himself and that he should always stick it through and make smart choices if I don't? And I don't want him to grow up looking at mommy jump repeatedly because she needs something that she can't seem to give herself. And I love myself today. I do. And I'm learning to love every part of me. And it took a long time because I defined it based on what men would say. To the point now when men acknowledge my appearance, I don't hardly feel anything. I used to feel so good when men would be like, "Oh, you're pretty." And I've learned that when men mention your outer appearance or your body a number of times, they're telling you where their focus is. And women, we have to be strong enough to say, you know what, you're nice, but I can tell myself I'm pretty every day, you know? I'm ready to give someone my soul, not my vessel, at the right time. I realized that I have so much healing to do that I've decided that the next year until 2021, I don't need to add anybody's energy to my circle. I don't need to add um, any type of energy, sexual included. I've decided that I'm going to be celibate until 2021, or abstinent, I guess, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have sex again before marriage. I don't know. I just know that energy is transferable. And if you don't know that person well, and you just want that physical void to be filled, that's a quick fix. And it's not worth it. It's really not. There's a lot of other things you can do that are productive that could replace sex. I'm so much more than my body. And it took me a long time to realize that. But I guess the only thing left that I can say is that I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm growing, and that's the best part of all this. I'm growing, and I'm so grateful. And I just want whoever watches this to know that they're worthy of love, even if it comes from yourself first. I think it should come from yourself first. That way you know, and you have a definitive line that people cannot cross. And once you treat yourself to the best of the best, then you'll attract those same people with those same standards. But if you want to take a look at what you're attracting now, what's around you, what people are around you, what circumstances are you in, that's where your mind is. That's where your energy is going. Your energy is relating with those people in some way or another. I just I'm sorry about that. I just want men and women to know that there are so many things that can be healed through just taking time, allowing yourself to reflect on what has happened to you during childhood, what you've been programmed to think is okay and what's not okay, and then use that reflection to set standards. What's right and wrong? What's respect versus disrespect? Don't allow people to cross certain lines because they're going to continue to do it. And it's okay to be alone. It is okay to be alone. I can't stress that enough. It took me so long. I'm 27. It took me so long to realize that I don't have to be married with kids in this perfect life, in this lavish house with 2 dogs and a cat. And I just, not to say that those things wouldn't be wonderful in my life at some point. I also realize I don't want those things while I'm in this state. I want to be beneficial to my husband. I want to be the best mom possible for my children. I want to be physically perfect. I want to be my type of perfect. When I say perfect, I mean I want to be what I envision in my head a mom should be. I want to be everything that I visualize every day for my family. And in order to do that, you have to be in optimal shape, health. And the mind is so important. Your emotions are so important. And people just sweep them under the rug. They just say, oh, well, I don't care about that. I don't care. And I'm just like, It matters. It matters how I treat people. And it made me mad when I was depressed how I would treat other people better than I would treat myself. I never really required people to treat me the same way I treated them, no matter what. No matter how they treated me, I would always put a smile on, giggle, make jokes, be there for them, while they would tell me no if I needed help. They would not even reach out to me if they saw that I wasn't myself. They would overlook or just not even think to check on me. And while I don't want to be that like that to anyone else, I can say that that's a lesson in itself. The people you keep around you is important, and the people that you dismiss are just as important. I'm at home probably 90% of the time. If my energy isn't right, I go home. This is my safe space. I take time to make this place feel the way I need it to feel so that I can heal and go back out into the world again. And it's hard when you're sensitive to energy and you feel things that probably a lot of people don't feel. It's just better to take care of yourself before you go hanging out with just everybody or drinking every weekend. Alcohol, I mean, any type of drug, really. Those are just quick fixes. Sex with strangers, one night stands. I mean, cuddy buddies, if we even use that term anymore. I don't even know if we use that term anymore. But what I'm saying is, all of those are quick fixes, and they just add negative energy on top of negative energy. It all adds up within you. It's just transferring energy back and forth. And usually when you're in a messed up place, you're depressed, you go out, you drink, you're not yourself anymore. You have sex with someone. You have no idea what's going on within first of all, within their body, physically. And then you don't know psychologically what's going on, energetically what's going on. And you're allowing this transfer to happen during sex. And before long, you're wondering why you're mad all the time or you're sad all the time or whatever the case may be. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's way past sex. We're all adults. Sex is sex. But energy exchange is something totally different, in my opinion, when I look at a man. I guess that's all I feel better now. I really do. I feel better now. And I guess that's why I wanted to do this video. I'm thankful that y'all are watching. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I know this is a random video. I want to do happy videos, but I really needed this. I needed to talk. So let me know if y'all are in codependent relationships or situations that y'all don't want to be in anymore. Maybe we can get through it together. Maybe we can share tips with each other. So I guess I'll see y'all next time.